guys up front. I know those receivers are flashing. I love Jamar Chase, but let's do this the right way. Let's build with the bigs.
Look, I hear you both. Look, I love Rashawn Slater. Look, we invested some money on the offensive line. We got Taylor Decker. We just signed him to a new contract to play left tackle. We've got Jonah Jackson at left guard. We got Frank Ragnow, who's one of the best young centers in the NFL. So I think we have the foundation at offensive line. Look, the guys who we signed so far in free agency aren't good enough at wide receiver. Brashad Perriman, Tyrell Williams, Khalif Raymond. These guys are all number twos, maybe even number threes, guys we can't depend on. And we need Jared Goff to come through for us. We need to be able to score points. Anthony Lynn can't run the ball every play. I think we have the makings of a good offensive line. I think Jamar Chase is a unique talent. I think he instantly becomes number one and becomes Jared Goff's guy. I'm going to turn the ticket in. Look, as much as I love Rashawn Slater,
please don't.
We need to be able to score points.
Please don't.
I'm going to go with Jamar Chase here.
The pick is in.
Jamar Chase is the pick.
There we go. Hey, McShay won that one. And the good thing for you guys, we're doing more of this later. So in our draft room here, the Lions picked Jamar Chase at the 7th pick.
I tried.
Hey, wait till we get to the Falcons at 4. Things are going to get really wild. All right, let's talk Patriots. A really intriguing scenario to watch, especially over the next week. Patriots corner Stephon Gilmore is in the final year of his deal, but could be more valuable potentially to New England as a trade piece to get a higher pick than the 15th pick in round 1. If the Pats decide they want to go quarterback, you got to think they're going to have to give up some serious capital there. Diana Rossini joining us now with all the latest. So, Diana, where do the Patriots stand right now with Gilmore?
All right, so Stephon Gilmore is on the last year of his 5-year contract with the New England Patriots. He redid it last year, basically helping the Patriots out. So what he did was he wound up getting more money last season, roughly about $13 million. This year, though, Laura, he's getting $7 million.
Wow.
Which this is Stephon Gilmore. This is a defensive player of the year back in 2019, right? So he's not going to want to play on such a low number. The New England Patriots know that. And going into this offseason, there was a lot of chatter around the league that they were going to trade him, that this was going to go down. But the sense I'm getting right now is that there have been conversations between both parties, but nothing has been struck. So I know you just pointed to the fact that this could be part of a package deal come draft night, possibly for the New England Patriots to trade. This is certainly something that is an option for New England, and it is on the table.
It's really interesting. So, Lewis, if you think about this, and Diana's reporting that this is an option on the table for Gilmore to be a possible trade piece in the draft, could make things really interesting. How do you think the Pats could use him if they're trying to make a trade?
Yeah, I think it really is going to depend on how the quarterback selections go here at the top of the draft, Laura. Let's just suppose that one of the guys that they like starts to slide down to the latter half of the top 10, and maybe they're sitting there and the 10th pick comes up and Dallas hasn't traded up. Dallas is on the clock. Dallas does need a corner. A quarterback is sitting there that Bill does like. Well, I mean, there's the perfect kind of trade partner, right? You have a guy right here, Stephon Gilmore. Could you picture him in a Dallas Cowboy uniform? Do you think Dan Quinn would like to be able to use him in his scheme, in a single high type of scheme? Look, Stephon Gilmore can play in any scheme. You can have single high, you can have none high, you can have all of them high. I'll tell you what, Stephon Gilmore can play. So if you can get a guy like this in a favorable contract, Bill can say, hey, look, yeah, I understand you want picks. Here, I'll give you some picks, but I'm going to throw in this player because he's someone who, obviously you can absorb very well into your cap structure, given how cheap he is and given what kind of return he'll give you. We get what we want, you get what you need, and everybody's happy here. I think that's a win-win type of deal, and it's something that I wouldn't discount happening provided that one of these quarterbacks fall and Bill has his eye on him.
Yeah, Lewis, the quarterback falling is really interesting. I just hit up Buggy, our research guy. So because the money factors into this as well. The Patriots have about $16 million left before the draft of cap space. Now they have 10 picks. If they make all 10 of those picks, like right where they're slotted right now, it's going to cost them about $12 million to sign that rookie class, leaving $4 million left over. So is that going to be enough for Stephon Gilmore to say, okay, give me a $4 million raise? The caveat is they won't have that much if they go get one of those quarterbacks because that slotting will cost them more money. And so that's the really interesting part here is that if they go get one of those quarterbacks, they'll have less cap space left and less to offer Gilmore this year. And so the option to trade Stephon Gilmore financially becomes even more realistic.
Yeah, Lewis, when you think about quarterbacks dropping, to your point in this whole conversation, we know Trevor Lawrence is not going to drop. We know Zach Wilson's going to the Jets at 2. So then you got to look, okay, is it Justin Fields? Is it Mac Jones? Is it Trey Lance? Which would be the quarterback that you think the Patriots might try to go up and get inside that top 10?
Yeah, look, I think really it would be either Mac Jones or Trey Lance. I think those are the two that I would assume that they will be most aggressive for. That if one of those doesn't go 3 to San Francisco, or one of them doesn't go 4 to Atlanta, and then the one of them is sitting there dangling, whether it be Mac or Trey, and then they start to drop, and Denver doesn't pick anybody. Nobody trades into Detroit's spot. I think that's when Bill's going to sit there, and you're going to see him going, okay, look, it's time to work here. It's time to get to work and see if we can get our guy. And that's not to say that he doesn't have his eyes on Justin Fields as well. I just think those are the two guys